Hello, I'm Reverend Kim Haley. I want to welcome you all, and those here and those on Zoom. Okay. Are we having any newcomers here today? I can't see. Oreo, yes, yeah. Oreo the cat is outside. Visits me at my house all the time. Judy, loved Judy's room. I couldn't get him out of there. He liked her medicine bags. Anyway, so welcome everyone, and this year 2025, the theme is remembering. And the topic for this month, which is, it's not the last one, is it? Is this the last Sunday in the month? No, it isn't.
One more.
It isn't. Okay, but the topic is freedom. So I would like to ask our musician for today, which is Melissa, to come up. Thanks, Melissa. Nice to have you here. And she's going to play a song, and then we'll move right into silent meditation.
Freedom songs for you today.
Ooh. Right.
I have a million nightingales on the branches of my heart. I have a million nightingales on the branches of my heart, singing freedom, 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 singing freedom, freedom,
There is infinite space in your garden. All men, all women, all are welcome here. All they need to do is enter. Okay. It's so nice and quiet and still. We take deep breaths and come back into the body and the space. Thank you, Marissa. And now we have a spiritual thought. Are you ready? I know it's like, oh, I just want to sit and relax. With wonderful Barney Coffman. Let's welcome Barney.
Morning.
Morning, Barney.
Well, several months ago, and Reverend LJ was making up the spiritual thought speaking assignments, I guess, schedule. She asked me if I could, fill in today. And I said, yeah, that's great. Then she told me the topic for January, excuse me, wrong month, July. It's a J word, so it got confusing. But that the topic for July was, or is, freedom. And I thought, how appropriate for July, right? It's that time of year. But how do you get a spiritual thought out of freedom? The thought I asked myself, or asked the divine, and freedom of the mind. We come here and we learn all about our mind. We're told our connectedness to the infinite mind of God, the Creator, the divine, Allah, whichever spiritual name you wish to give the higher power in your life. But are we truly free enough to experience that connectedness? We come here every Sunday, as one of my old ministers, Reverend Fonda, used to say, to get churched. We come here similar to what a scene is that is a movie I like. I'm going to modify it and say, I know why we're here. It's the question that drives us. The question of how our connectedness to this divine power can become stronger so that we can become more like Jesus and experience spontaneous healings. It's being done around the world all the time. But I can't do it right now. Some of you might not be able to. Some of you might be able to. Once in a while, I will have a spontaneous answer to my prayer, my thought. Like Ernest Holmes says in his book, we have to change our thinking to change our life.
In progress.
Even Jesus, going back 2,000 years or more, said it to Nicodemus when he was telling Nicodemus that, you know, heaven was within, and to learn all these things. And Nicodemus asked him how. And Jesus said, well, you have to be born again. Well, Nicodemus didn't understand that because Jesus was from the northern part of the territory, and that was an idiom that meant change your mind. You have to change your mind, change your thinking. So, another person that's done it is Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's written 4 books about it, has made a corporation out of it, having seminars around the world teaching people how to clear their mind and think and picture what they want to come to fruition. There's another way to fix ourselves and lessen the problem of connecting to our higher power, to our higher mind, and that's through forgiveness. We have some of us have probably a hidden guilt that hangs around us that we have forgotten, something that happened in our childhood, something that happened last week that we put out of our mind so we didn't have to think about it. We can fix that. A Course in Miracles teaches that forgiveness is the miracle, because where there is forgiveness, there is love. Now, how do you forgive something that is years old? Sometimes I remember things I did back when I was in junior high school or elementary school, and I did something to somebody. How do I forgive? Ask that person for the forgiveness. How do I forgive myself? That's the main person to forgive, is ourselves. And where there is forgiveness, there is love. Well, in the world of mind, there is no time. It's only eternity. And since there is no time, and it is eternity, when we touch that, we can travel with our thoughts back to wherever we wish and heal that and release that. And in doing that, we gain a little bit of love and we become closer to the divine mind that we seek to join with.
Amen.
Namaste.
Beautiful. That was lovely.
Yes.
I felt every word.
Mhm.
Okay, and now we're going to have music by Melissa.
I had a hard time coming up with songs about inner freedom, so I didn't.
Come and take a walk with me through this green and growing land. Walk through the meadows and the mountains and the sand. Walk through the strength of her freedom, the glory shall rest on us all. From Colorado, Kansas, and the Carolinas too, Virginia and Alaska, from the old to the new, Texas and Ohio, and the California shore. Tell me, who could ask for more? For here's a land full of power and glory, beauty that words cannot recall. All her power shall rest on the strength of her freedom, the glory shall rest on us all. Yet she's only as rich as the poorest of the poor, only as free as the padlocked prison door, only as strong as our love for this land, only as tall as we stand. For here's a land full of power and glory, beauty that words cannot recall. All her power shall rest on the strength of her freedom, the glory shall rest on us all, on us all.
Thank you. Oh, I'm turned off. There we go. Thank you. All right, now we have our main speaker. I'm going to come up here and give you some wonderful information and love. Joe Bull, Reverend Joe Bull.
Thank you. Good morning. Barney, that was a beautiful spiritual thought.
Yes.
It really was. Forgiveness. It's a big deal. Freedom. As far as I've seen it to this very day, freedom has never really been free in our world. Freedom comes with a lot of cost, doesn't it, to get to where we are today. Thinking about our past in this country and in this world. But we must feel free as individuals first, I think. I believe Barney is right about being free inside, feeling good about yourself inside. If you don't feel you are free personally, then we must seek God's counsel, I believe, from within us. I mean, how can you see the world around us as free if we don't feel free ourselves? I'm listening to God and asking God for freedom. It helps me release the past, my regrets, or what we can't call mistakes, learn from them and keep moving forward. It's hard to block those things out in our life that maybe we're not so proud of that we've done, but it's there. But we can forgive it and release it and let it go. Be here in the present moment and appreciate the little things in life. I really believe every day the little things in life mean more than anything else. Just the precious gift of life. Do those things that help us feel happy and can have a calming and uplifting effect. Because it's about choice, isn't it? It's about personal choice. We decide. Remember that we are free as people in a free nation. In our personal lives, we just need to look around us to help know that we are safe. We are able to come and go freely about our business when you really think about it. Yes, there are rules and regulations and laws, but that pertains to all of us. And yes, freedom is not free. As a nation, we are 249 years old this month, which in comparison to some other nations, we're still pretty young. We're still learning. And we've made a lot of mistakes over the years, but we've learned from them too. I mean, you think about older nations have been around longer than us, the Middle East, China, Japan, England, in fact, Egypt. Yet in our years as a nation, we had to fight for freedom, haven't we? We've had to fight for freedom. In the 1800s, we had our Civil War, didn't we? A time and a period of time that I wish had never happened to us, but it did. And we had this war in order to free people from slavery. I can't imagine how our president at the time, Abraham Lincoln, felt with his nation divided over this, but it was so important to feel freedom for everyone here. All in the name of freedom. We lost over 750,000 Americans fighting brother against brother. It was really a hard time. I've watched many movies about the Civil War and about the fight for freedom. And it's really difficult to watch those things. I can't even imagine living in that era fighting like that. Not to mention the other conflicts we've gotten into, like World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Korean War, to name a few. And today the world is still not free. We still have conflicts in other religions of the world, other regions of the world. America is the big brother, right? For most of the world. We've always been the big brother. Somebody has conflict, we like to step in and try to help. That just seems to be our role over the years in helping to resolve conflict. It's no wonder that we don't feel free sometimes. We must never forget our past, though, so we don't repeat those same mistakes, those same conflicts. I've had people say, I don't even want to think about it. I just want to let go of that past, and I understand that. But we need to remember so we don't do the same mistakes again and again. I am very patriotic inside. I weep when I think about the cost of freedom. But freedom, I believe, must start with us as individuals, feeling free first and foremost. That's where freedom begins, I believe. Dr. Ernest Holmes, founder of Science of Mind, as you know, wrote that freedom is the divine plan of God, source. Holmes wrote that freedom is inherent in the very nature of existence, and that it is something that all beings indistinctively seek. Individual freedom contributes to the overall harmony of the universe. It really does. Our attitudes, our ways of being, when we meet and greet people that we're just meeting for the first time, or people that we know, we can lift their world through our own attitudes about feeling free inside, feeling free. Individual freedom contributes to the overall harmony of the universe. Holmes suggests that self-awareness, understanding the power of thought and aligning with universal principles are key to experiences in true freedom. That's why we gather, isn't it? So we can remind ourselves of this. Our spiritual practices, we go within, remind ourselves of our good, because we all have that good in us. Holmes goes on to say that freedom is connected to the concept of unity. That true liberty must come from a recognition through our interconnectedness with the divine and all of creation. Holmes said that freedom comes with responsibility to ourselves and toward others. It is a responsibility, and we have the ability to respond, don't we? We make our own world. We make our own day, each and every day. Holmes, I believe, is saying that freedom comes with the responsibility to act in accordance with universal principles for us to contribute to the well-being of everything. We obtain this freedom as individuals through deep connection to the divine God Spirit, which is essential for personal and spiritual growth. This came to mind for me, so I wanted to mention it to you today. Jackie mentioned that she saw parts of Gaslighting, a play that really it was really a tough play to watch. Luana and I saw Gaslight, it was called Gaslight, back in the day in Fresno, in a very small theater. We were sitting in there, and you were like right on top of the stage. I mean, the actors were right here in front of you. And it was about a man who was trying to convince his wife that she was insane through his mental abuse to her. And so we're watching this thing unfold, and I may be from here to Luana right now, from the actors, and this guy is screaming at his wife, trying to convince her that she has lost her mind for nefarious reasons. He puts her down and he grabs a hold of her arms and he's shaking her furiously while he's yelling at her. Well, I had forgotten, ladies and gentlemen, that this was a play. I was getting tense. I was ready to get up and knock the heck out of this guy, because I just got so wrapped up in the moment, and I could sense other guys around me feeling the same thing, because it felt so real. And Luana taps me on the shoulder, knowing me as she does, and says, "Honey, remember, it's a play." I said, "Okay, I'm all right." And during the play, as it went on, this woman waited till her husband was gone, and she had enough courage to call police to try to help her with the situation she's in. This detective shows up, and he's talking with her, and she looks at the clock and she says, "I've got to ask you to leave. My husband will be home soon, and I don't want him to know you were here." He goes, "Okay." So he left, but he left his hat behind. And Luana, mind you, states out loud, "Your hat, you forgot your hat." And everybody was laughing at the moment, because I think they were thinking the same thing. Your hat. And I had to remind her that it was just a play. So it was about freedom and personal freedom, and I got a lot out of that scene and those scenes of that play, but it was tough to watch some of the scene. Reverend Michael Beckwith, founder and leader of the International Agape Church in Los Angeles, he says, "Freedom comes from within us." And I think he's absolutely right. That's where freedom starts. Freedom is accessed through forgiveness, self-awareness, and through spiritual alignment. Just like Barney said about forgiveness. Connecting with our greater self. Going within with God's Spirit. Taking that time out. Especially if we're not feeling free. Especially if we're not feeling good about ourselves. Beckwith goes on to say that we must look inside ourselves for what it is that we do want. We are then free to be who and what we are through prayer and meditation practices. And you already know this through our spiritual practices. We are here to demonstrate love by allowing the power and glory of God flow through us like never before. That is who we truly are. That's why we are here, to demonstrate that we are truly liberated. We truly are. To show and know we are free from within outward. Who can take our freedom away from us? No one. The only ones who can take our freedom from us is us. No one and no thing can ever take away your freedom, ever. If something out there is trying to take your freedom away, all we need to do is to stop, sit, and go within, as I said. To remember who we are. An example of people who have had their freedom basically revoked from them. Nelson Mandela, former president of South Africa. You know, he was jailed for 27 years. 27 years in a prison. And he kept his peace of mind cultivating forgiveness. That's all he kept focusing on. Maintaining his self-worth from within through forgiveness to others. Sounds like something Jesus the Christ would say. Forgive them, God, for they know not what they do. Beautiful. Another quick story, John McCain. He was a U.S. senator. He ran for president at one time in our country. He was a fighter pilot in Vietnam. He was shot down and he was captured. He was captured with 2 broken arms and a broken leg. And he spent in isolation as a prisoner of war in Vietnam for over 5 years. And he says, to maintain his mind, he just remembered who and what he was. And that nothing can stop his peace or his feeling free from within. This is what kept this man going. There may be many, many others who were prisoners of war. When we remember who and what we are, nothing can stop our peace of feeling free. If we are feeling like something is trying to stop our good, our freedom, is trying to stop us from being who and what we truly want to be, we sit and go within. And we let those things go. Let it go, whatever's eating at you. If you have difficulty letting go of something, of course, you can call a practitioner or a minister. We are always available to you. And we will remind you who you are. Forgiving others who may have hurt us is very liberating, isn't it? It's hard to let go sometimes, someone who's really wronged us. But when we do, it's liberating. It feels so good because we aren't holding anger or hate anymore. We are only here for a short time on this planet, people. We want to live it to the best of our abilities, in peace, in harmony, in love, in freedom. Spend time being angry or holding on to our past mistakes? Let it go. Let it go. We have today forward. That's what we have. And I promise you, you will feel better for this. Remind yourself of who and what you are. Look at the media. The media can affect us, can it? If we allow it to. Years ago, I'd be reading about stories. I stopped watching the media on TV because it was just too intense for me. But I would read a story and I'd just get all caught up in it. And I was walking around thinking about it all day long. And today, I just look at the media for the news so I can see what's happening around me and around the world. And I let it go and I move on my day. I don't let it hold me prisoner anymore in my mind. Let us stay in the higher frequencies of this life. That's where we belong. God is good. And so are we. And so it is.
Thank you, Joe. There's lots of really wonderful things to remember in your talk.
Thank you.
Take it with you. Well, you know, this is our healing service, and I hope you had a mini break there because you are going to come back up. So Joe's going to lead us through this healing service.
Thank you for reminding me. I was like, okay, I can relax now. And yes, it is time. This is our third Sunday of the month. where we have our healing service. This is a time for us to gather together or sit where you are comfortably and to go within and think about prayers for others that might need that from us. I invite anyone who wants to come up to the front and circle, please do so now. And those who rather sit and enjoy, that's fine too. And those on Zoom, I hope you can just sit back and close your eyes, open your mind to healing, because this is what we do. And as we gather, I ask anyone who wants to say someone's name out loud that they're thinking of who might need a prayer, please feel free to do so.
Please pray for Laura Hayes.
Yes.
Or
Also for Peter Rimmers.
Pray for Peter Donahoe.
pray for Todd that his eye heals and he can see again.
Yes.
Sophie and Kyle.
Yes. Yes.
Deanna. All my granddaughters and grandsons.
My great nephew. Troy.
Mary Lopez, Dan.
And as we think of this person or persons, and sending them your love and your prayers and peace for healing, know that it is taking action as you speak, as you think of them. We hold them for the highest good.
Pray for Rena
Mm.
and her recovery.
Yes.
And Laura as she recovers.
Yes.
For leadership as they recover. And for celebrations.
I give thanks for freedom for everyone. Now let's focus our attention on ourselves. Let's not forget to pray for ourselves, for our wellness, our happiness, our peace, our freedom. God's Spirit source is right there for all those people we are thinking of and speaking of and praying for, including ourselves. powerful it is. And I know a personal healing is taking place for others and for ourselves. And we are the reason for freedom. God, Spirit, Source, thank you for this moment together. Thank you for this unity that we feel. We are definitely servants to each other and to ourselves. Thank you, God, Spirit. And so it is.
Now that everybody's seated again, I need 2 volunteers that might want to get up again and help with the offertory. Anybody out there? Everybody's so relaxed today. It's fine. Thank you, everybody, for praying, for being here. All right, we're going to do the offertory prayer. Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. You know, there's other methods. You can do tithing. You can go through the iFocus email that Luana sends out weekly, and you can simply push the green donate button, and it gives easy instructions. You can also donate through regular mail, snail mail, to the Positive Living Center, P.O. Box 2683, Oakhurst, California. Also, the frog box near the front door is available for prayer requests. There are prayer slips out there, and you can just put your prayer request into the box, and Joe will get those, and whoever gathers them, I'm really not sure, but Joe gets them in the end and puts them online, and I call it our prayer tree, and we all get a chance to give our offerings of love to those in need. And it also helps us when we pray. We feel good. We feel very good. So, next week's speaker. Oh, I have announcements. I'm just going to go right by him. That's why I circled it.
Just skip that one.
I have to go, why do I have a circle around announcements? All right, we also have announcements. Anyone would like to make an announcement? I'm sure. Thank you. Well, Jake, come on up.
Sure. First of all, I want to thank everyone who's helping with the library remodel. Carolyn and Michelle and Barney and Jackie. We're making progress. Pretty soon we'll have a library back with the doors open and no more sign in front of it and no caution tape. Thank you for the caution tape, Carolyn. Also, we do have sign up for the class. It's going to start, it's only a 2-week class. It's about our sacred agreements, and in particular we're focusing on the 5th agreement. Of course, we'll do a quick recap of the first 4, but the power of Don Miguel Ruiz's communication, his languaging, the way he supports our journey, the power of it is he's giving us something to quickly go to in the midst of those moments when maybe we've lost our freedom. Quick something to go to. And that's the blessing of the 4 agreements. They're a bit of a to-do, but they're just pointing us to that which we already are. So 2 weeks. If you're already part of the classes that have come before, you know you'll just sign up. Registration forms are there. If you haven't participated yet, please know you're welcome to come for just the 2 classes, okay? It is, details are in the back. So that's that. Was there anything else? Anything else? Anything else? I don't know. Well, I was up here, so I thought I'd give it a try. Next.
Anybody else have something they want? Oh, good.
Just a reminder, our A Course in Miracles discussion group is after church. And also in the room, I just wanted to let you know that we're in our remodeling. There are 2 love seats in there and a ottoman, not an ottoman, a futon.
There's a futon and 2 chairs?
2 chairs.
Yeah.
That if you know somebody in need of some furniture, they are free to that. So hope to see you after.
Anyone else? Oh my goodness, we got lots going on. What a fob.
I've mentioned before that Positive Living Center is where Emerson Theological Institute started with Angelo and Stella Pizzello. Angie eventually changed that so that a newer church called Emerson New Thought Center, the Church Without Walls, that Angie and I created, is now the legal home for Emerson Institute. But it's hard to sort of base here. There's probably more ministers and practitioners and people with various religious degrees that came through the PLC than anywhere. And that's still available for all of you. Anyone who's interested in looking at becoming a practitioner, a minister, or getting a bachelor's, master's, or doctorate in religious studies, and there's some related ones, can go through Emerson Institute. And the best way to do that is to start with LJ. You have to connect directly with Emerson Institute at some point, but the key for all of this is what's called the affiliates, and Positive Living Center's affiliate. So if you're interested in doing any of that, check with LJ, and between she and I, we can help you get started with it.
Mm-hmm.
Another hand go up. Is that you, Karen? Did you have something you wanted
No.
to? Okay.
No, I was just,
Okay. Judy, do you have any? Oh, okay. LJ?
If you have nobody else, one other thing is I'm seeing that Angie's on today. I don't know if you can see that from far away.
Oh, hey,
that Angie's on today.
Angie.
So if you want to come say hi, because we don't turn it out there anymore, come say hi to Angie, because you know he'd want to see you. So just wanted to let you know that.
Good morning, Angie.
Oh, hi, Angie. I'm glad to see that you're here. Oh, well, I can't see you, but I know you're there. You're always there. So that's any more announcements? Okay. Well, now what are we going to do here? We talked about prayer.
Okay.
We talked about Reverend Judy DeRosa next week is next week's speaker.
Yes, yes.
So if y'all want to come and meet her. And then we'll do our prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Yahoo! And we'll have another final song with Melissa. So, yay.
read in the paper, I watched on the show. They said that it happened a long time ago. The years had gone by, I just didn't know. Working for freedom now. The songs that we sang still ring in my ears. The hope and the glory, the pain and the fears. I just can't believe it's been 60 long years. Working for freedom now. Been a long time, but I keep on trying, for I know where I am bound. Been a hard road, but I don't mind dying. I have seen freedom. Sometimes we stumble, sometimes we fall, sometimes we stand with our backs to a wall. This road will humble the proudest of all, working for freedom now. Oh, the road up ahead may stretch out far and long. We must always remember the roads that we've gone. Memory will help us to keep keeping on, working for freedom now. Been a long time, but I keep on trying, for I know where I am bound. Been a hard road, but I don't mind dying. I have seen freedom. Those who have fallen and given their last have passed on to us what remains of their task. To fight for the future and pray for the past, working for freedom now. The song of their laughter, the step of their feet, the voice of their pain that cries out in our sleep, will be judged in the end by the faith that we keep, working for freedom now. Been a long time, but I keep on trying, for I know where I am bound. Been a hard road, but I don't mind dying. I have seen freedom. The wind in the winter is bitter and chill. The cries of the hunted are heard on the hill. I just can't believe there's such suffering still, working for freedom now. The wind blows a summer from fields far away. We stand in the dust in the heat of the day. Our hearts stop so still that there's nothing to say, working for freedom now. Been a long time, and I keep on trying, for I know where I am bound. Been a hard road, but I don't mind dying. I have seen freedom.
Oops.
They lost connection again.
I'm going to pray us out today. And I wanted to thank all of our speakers today for emphasizing forgiveness, the freedom that we have in every single moment to make a choice. In that moment, we make a choice. Whether it's very conscious or unconscious, it doesn't matter. You are free in every moment if you remember that. And that forgiveness is part of it, but loving yourself is incredibly important. And all of the things that we heard today from Barney, and from Joe, and from Melissa, I'm very grateful to be here, and I'm so happy to see you sitting in seats and enjoying what was emphasized here today. So take that with you. That is my wish and prayer for you. And close your eyes and just take a deep breath. And let everything go. Thank you. Have a great week ahead. See you next week.
Better. All better. You're better.
circle work.